what's up, people? I figured I'd do a video on this phenomenon I've been witnessing over the years, and it's been the rift between the Latins and the black community, right? Me, first and foremost, having a black mother, and with time having a black stepfather who would die, but not really connecting with my own biological Hispanic paternal side, right? But I'm from Fort Greene, Brooklyn, and what was very common in Fort Greene, Brooklyn were Puerto Ricans who wore shirts that said things like "Black to the Future," right? And a visible contingency of the 5% nation who were also Puerto Ricans, right? But one day I was uptown. This is like 20 years ago, right? I'm uptown chilling out with some Dominican dudes, right? We were young Dominican guys. Well, they were young Dominican guys, and I'm up there, but they're the real light Dominican dudes, right? And we chilling, we walking. You know, I'm catching a vibe. I've been uptown a couple times now, and I see one of them stop. One of them, and I ain't gonna say his name, but he got the same name as the dude on my hat. If you get my drift, right? So the dude stops, right? We walk in, there's a lady at the bus stop. He stops, he goes, "Hey, yo, nigga." I'm like, oh, he must see his mans over there, right? And he goes, "Yo, nigga, go back to Harlem." I'm like, what's going on here? And I look, and he's talking to this lady at the bus stop. It was an older black lady, and she could have been my grandmother, right? But this is in like 2000 something. And he's on some West Side Story, go back to Harlem Blackie type, and I chewed him out right there, right? And it blew my mind. Then I had to sit down and explain, well, not sit down, but vocally explain to him why he's wrong, and bring awareness to his own blackness that he may not be aware of, right? And that blew my mind, and it always stuck with me, right? And that was one of the first visible rifts I seen with the Latin and black community. Now, what's going on now, right? I'm talking to people, certain things going on with the 14th Amendment. And, you just playing with that is very dangerous, because, it seals the 3/5 compromise. Like it shuts that down, and it gives equality to all people. Now we 5/5 after that. But and I'm talking to these Puerto Rican people who are in my family, right? And I'm like, yo, this is a very, very dangerous time for black people, because it looks like they're trying to curtail the rights. You know what I'm saying? Considering the president South African, right? From apartheid South Africa. And a lot of their responses are, well, that ain't me. But then I gotta bring to the light, yeah, it's not you, but your children are black, right? Oh, like your children are black. You may not be, but your children are. How many of y'all dealing with that, right? So the conscious rift is something interesting, right? And to keep it a buck, I'm blaming Daddy Yankee, right? I'm blaming Daddy Yankee for endorsing McCain during that run he had against Obama. But to keep it a buck, it's way before that, right? Because I've had arguments with people on my paternal side who I don't really deal with, and one of the first things they brought up to me was the fact that the biggest mistake your father ever did was bringing a black woman into this family, right? And I was young and it made me mad, but in reality, it's people are purposely blinding themselves to their own history, because the history of Puerto Rico is really African in basis, right? Nonetheless, this is some of the sentiment that's out there, right? And what is true is that if this doesn't get corrected, right, everyone will continue to be exploited throughout their division. Now, this is just the Caribbean, Puerto Rican community I'm talking about, right? I was out with some South Americans for the Super Bowl, and that's pretty much the same sentiment I got too. Yeah, but it ain't me, right? And what is true is, if we can't protect the most vulnerable amongst us, outside of, not even talking about race, right? If we can't protect them, then we all crumble. We all crumble, because the most vulnerable of us are the reflection of us. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link, right? And that's true without a doubt, man. So I just want to put that into the atmosphere. Wish everybody peace and much love. And I'm out.